Modern Warfare 2 campaign has tons of references and Easter eggs to older games. We're talking COD4, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, Ghosts, and even Modern Warfare 2019. So let's go over absolutely every single one. An obvious spoiler warning if you've not finished the campaign yet. The first and most obvious one is during the mission El Sin Hombre, where you're greeted with a lovely character called Diego who asks Soap what his name is, and the response in Spanish is absolutely iconic.
¿Quién verga se llama jabón?
What the hell kind of name is Soap, eh?
Now, if things couldn't get any more iconic, here is another reference from that exact same moment in the original COD4. On the final campaign mission Countdown, you play as Soap alongside Captain Price. And if you happen to throw a stun grenade at Captain Price, there's a chance that he'll say this.
How'd a muppet like you pass selection?
How'd a muppet like you pass selection?
Man, it's so good hearing this Price say that line. Now, midway through the campaign, you play a mission called Dark Water, where Soap, Ghost, and Graves storm a huge oil rig and a huge ship, with one moment where you'll be crossing the top of the ship as tons of shipping containers move from side to side with the huge waves crashing in. This specific part of this mission is a huge callback to Crew Expendable from the original COD4 campaign. Now, if you thought Captain Price was out of iconic lines, we have another one for you. At the end of the campaign mission Prison Break, you and Task Force 141 ascend on top of the prison wall. After gunning down a load of enemies, you all one by one, with Price saying this iconic line from the COD4 mission Crew Expendable.
Down the wall! We are leaving!
On your feet, soldier! We are leaving!
Now let's go to another awesome mission in the campaign, Recon by Fire. And if it wasn't obvious enough, this mission is a massive tribute to the mission All Gillied Up from the original COD4. But not only that, but Captain Price has some iconic dialogue that is exactly the same as it was in All Gillied Up. Take a listen.
To anticipate the paths. If you have to maneuver, do it slow and steady. Try to anticipate their paths. If you have to maneuver, do it slow and steady. No quick movements.
Now, there is another reference within this mission to Modern Warfare 2019, and you can activate this by going guns blazing at the start and killing everyone instead of going stealth, unlocking the secret conversation with Gaz and Price about the Piccadilly mission from Modern Warfare 2019.
Not bad, Sergeant. But away from the days on the police force.
Let's keep moving.
That wasn't for me.
I knew that the moment I saw you in Piccadilly Circus.
Thank you, sir.
We don't stand a chance in hell with these rules of engagement, Captain. They can tell us where, they can tell us when. Don't tell us how.
Jumping over to the mission Close Air, this puts you in an AC-130 and is a classic homage to the COD4 mission Death from Above. Did you realize there is actually an iconic line from that mission in Modern Warfare 2's campaign near the end where you can see a church?
Okay, so it's cartel. Do not fire on the church. Civilians may be internal.
Roger that. We're there. Start talking. You are not authorized to level the church. Do not fire directly on the church.
Let's move on to a reference which had to be in Modern Warfare 2, otherwise it's just not a Modern Warfare game. On the mission Tradecraft, where you're free roaming around Amsterdam, if you walk all the way down the first street that you're on, you'll eventually see a Burger Town cafe sign. And again, there is no way that Burger Town couldn't have been somewhere in this campaign. Now, that is not the only cool reference within this mission, because if we cross the bridge and go over to one of the shops that Laswell is stood by, it is a bike shop. But within the bike shop, they're selling some t-shirts, and one specific t-shirt is a Verdansk FC t-shirt, which is a reference to the stadium from Verdansk in Modern Warfare 2019. It's a really subtle detail, but I love that they had that in here. And moving on to the mission Violence and Timing, as Gaz, you're driving several vehicles. At one point, you come across a bit of a roadblock, and Gaz says this.
Shock and awe.
Which is a homage and reference to one of the COD4 missions of the same name, Shock and Awe. Now, here is a really cool reference and a really hard to spot one as well. During the beginning of the mission Ghost Team, you play alongside Captain Price, Ghost, Alejandro Vargas, and a unnamed pilot. Now, this pilot can actually have many different names. Just in this instance, I've restarted the mission about 4 or 5 times, and every time I've had a different name for this pilot. But there is a very slim chance that this pilot can be called Private Ramirez. And this is a huge callback to MW2 with that classic mission where you got to protect Burger Town and all the other restaurants, where you're playing as Ramirez and you hear nothing but everyone shouting Ramirez at you.
Ramirez, get to the
roof and check out the supply drop.
Like, that is an iconic Call of Duty meme. But what is really cool is that Alejandro describes him as the best. And boy, don't we know it. Now, how can we talk about references without talking about a massive part of the story later on? And this is Shepard's betrayal near the end of the campaign. Now, of course, this is a homage to the original Betrayal by Shepard in Modern Warfare 2, although luckily it is nowhere near as brutal. In the 2009 version, he kills Ghost and Roach in one of the most heartbreaking moments in Call of Duty history. But in this year's Modern Warfare 2, instead of that, it is a far more toned down betrayal where you learn that Philip Graves, head of Shadow Company who's been helping Task Force 141, is directed by General Shepard to try kill Alejandro Vargas, Ghost, and Soap. Laswell hears of this and informs Price, puts everyone together as Ghost Team, and takes down Graves. Now, another funny reference that's been a part of Modern Warfare history of Captain Price is his obsession with cigars. During Recon by Fire, you can get an instance where Price offers a cigar to Laswell, but right at the end of Ghost Team, the chopper that Price is in gets shot down by Philip Graves. After you kill Graves, Ghost reports that everyone's okay, but says this.
Ghost, and we're ready. Graves is KIA. How's Price?
Angry. Lost a good cigar in the crash. Pilot's okay too. Out.
If we recall back to the last time Price was involved with choppers, we can go back to the end of Modern Warfare 3, where even after the helicopter crash and the brawl with Makarov, Price takes out a cigar and lights it. Lovely, lovely detail. Now, on the final mission countdown, there is a load of references. To start with, this entire mission is an obvious callback to the mission Federation Day from Call of Duty Ghosts, also created by Infinity Ward, where you're basically doing the same thing. You're rappelling down skyscrapers in the exact same way. So maybe they saw how cool this mission was back in this game and thought, you know what, let's repurpose this idea for Modern Warfare 2, and it works out really well. Later on into this mission, Price puts down a camera under a door to see what's inside, and an explosion is triggered, slightly injuring Captain Price, and Gaz asks him this question.
You broken? I'm good. Go, you got this.
This is a reference to the first time that Captain Price and Gaz ever met in Modern Warfare 2019 in Piccadilly.
Hey, everybody stay calm. We're gonna get you out of here. You broken?
Now, one of the coolest moments in the entire campaign is when Captain Price creates Ghost Team and everyone has to put on a ghost mask. When it finally pans over to Simon Ghost Riley, we almost see his face, but he's wearing a much more simple sort of silky ghost mask, recreating his OG Modern Warfare 2 look, which I think is absolutely awesome. The only thing that's missing is a pair of sunglasses. But anyone who wasn't a fan of the new look of Ghost in MW 2019 and now, don't need to worry anymore, because his OG look is back. How can we be doing a references video without talking about the absolutely obvious one being the post-credit scene with the exciting return of No Russian in the new Modern Warfare 2 game? There's a bunch of ultra-nationalists on this plane creating a weapon out of 3D printed parts, and they get a text from Makarov saying No Russian, which is of course a reference to the OG mission from MW2, No Russian. This was one of the most controversial levels in video game history, where yourself as Yuri alongside Makarov and the other ultranationalists are just mowing down innocent civilians in an airport. Now, to what extent we'll see this mission return in this new version, we have no idea. Could perhaps see this transform into a Mile High Club situation where this happens on board the plane in the cutscene rather than at the airport. And finally, right at the very end of Countdown, where you are trying to stop the missile sequence, Price mentions this line.
30,000 people who aren't. Finish it.
Now, the 30,000 number is a reference to Shepard's final speech in the original Modern Warfare 2, where he says this.
5 years ago, I lost 30,000 men in the blink of an eye.
Maybe it's just coincidence, but I find it too good to not include it in this video. But that is all of the references I've been able to find. If you found any that I've not mentioned, please let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, drop a thumbs up right now and subscribe down below for more Modern Warfare 2 videos. And you can check out one on your screen right now.